When we first encountered the second-generation Hyundai i20, it came with a fresh look thanks to Hyundai's new design language. Car buyers were rather fond of it. More than 10% of buyers in this segment, to be exact, in South Africa. Hyundai says owners were attracted to the car's price tag, making it a keen competitor in this segment. Hyundai have now added a few more touches to make the car even better. The question is this new facelift necessary? Is there an actual difference, or is this just Hyundai trying to shake off the i20's age with a nip and a tuck?
We're at the Lacomo Lifestyle Estate on the East Rand, and we're launching the new i20. Quite a new, exciting design look to the car. You'll see the front and rear specifically have been upgraded and changed quite nicely. I think the new styling is really coming through. There's new mag wheels fitted, and the range is now standard with infotainment throughout.
Oh, there's a new look. Look, it's not a major facelift as with any other facelift, but I think there are nice changes. Visually, if you look at it, it definitely works. The wider stance, the appearance, I think it's like any other facelift. It's a good facelift.
I think visually it's far more attractive, certainly getting back on track with the rest of the segment, that is making major improvements in terms of the look. So they're not looking so small and compact, they're sort of getting a much bigger stance.
While the design changes give the car a wider stance and larger footprint, it's the upgrades in the technology department that help keep it in line with the competition. This is a toughly contested segment, with VW and Ford releasing brand new models of the Polo and Fiesta this year. The i20 finds itself in the thick of it.
It's an extremely competitive segment, obviously with the VW Polo dominating. So the previous i20 did very well. It had a segment share of about 12%, and we're obviously hoping to replicate that success with this new model. It's a massively competitive segment and very important segment to us. It's an entry into the Hyundai brand. So from an i20, people would aspire to maybe owning a Creta or moving on to a Tucson. So it's a key segment to get people into the Hyundai brand.
So the difficult thing for a vehicle like i20 needs life cycle injections to keep it current, but unfortunately for i20, when in your life cycle injection you've got a brand new Fiesta and a brand new Polo, that makes your life very difficult.
In the segment I think it's pretty much on par. There were no real surprises. All the cars are pretty much spec the same in terms of engine size and capacities. I was hoping for something a little bit faster, but it is certainly a great competitor in the segment. I think it will sell very, very well. It is already a very popular car.
So it obviously comes with a 1.2 or a 1.4 derivative, and we've added an active, which I suppose most South Africans would know as a cross to our lineup, which is a sportier, more off-road kind of look and a increased ride height. So the Sport was a local enhancement. The Active comes standard from the factory. We think that it's a lifestyle type of choice, and we think that the majority of people prefer the Active kind of approach. We might consider bringing back the Sport later as a local enhancement.
The performance remains the same, with the new Active model producing a power output of 74 kilowatts and 133 newton meters of torque. Fuel consumption, though, has improved over the Sport derivative, with 6.7 litres per 100 kilometres.
I think the bottom line in this segment is how much money people want to spend. The Active is lovely. It's got some features, but to me a lot of the features, the front and back trim, the roof rails, a lot of it is cosmetic. Driving the cars, I don't see a massive engine difference between the two. So I think it really just depends on what sort of extras the people want.
Hyundai have done all they can to keep the price hike to a minimum. Thankfully, we see a drop in the price of the top-of-the-range model, with the removal of Sport and the addition of the Active, which retails at 279,900 Rand.
Personally, the Actives and the Crosses and the Cross-Ups and all these kind of weird derivatives, at the end of the day, it is still a hatchback, which is maybe a little bit higher off the ground, which has got a few bits and bobs that they've put on it. Personally, I don't see the point, but they do sell.
I think in this particular segment, which is incredibly competitive, anything that you can do to keep the edge on the competition, or at least stay on par with the competition, is incredibly important.